so I'm Sumaya, and this is our Chinese culture teacher. So I thought to ask him a few questions, and he willingly agreed. I still don't know why, but thank you so much. So I'm going to start this. Can you please just introduce yourself?
My name is Ye Xi Cong, and I was born and raised in Wenzhou, Zhejiang province, southeastern part of China. It's a coastal city. It's very warm because Wen means warm. Mm-hmm. So in winter it rarely snows. Okay, and it's warm. It's there are a lot of mountains and rivers, and we live by the sea, so a lot of seafood. So I think it's a blessing that I was born and raised here.
Okay, so can you just share with us your interest? What you like doing around, except teaching us?
Okay.
But what is your other favorite things?
Some of the favorite things are like taking a hike in the neighboring counties. Like I said, we have a lot of mountains and rivers and streams. Mm-hmm. I just got back from a vacation with my family, during which we took a hike to the mountains, and there's a stream called Ye Xi Cong. Mm-hmm. Okay, which is really beautiful. Wenzhou is where one style of poetry called landscape poetry was firstly created. Okay, because a governor came to Wenzhou and he was mesmerized by the natural landscape. So he started to write poems about the mountains and rivers. You could see how beautiful my hometown is.
Okay, so a bit more serious questions.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So one of the first questions. What do you think is like the biggest misconception that foreigners have of China?
I think that the biggest misconception for China is, I think it's a universal misconception for a lot of countries that we consider like Chinese with only one image. Remember the first class I showed you 8 pictures,
yes,
and asked you which picture describes a Chinese person. Then
yes,
actually you may pick 1 or 2, mm-hmm, but actually they're all Chinese.
Yes, and it was a shock to many of us.
Right, so there are a lot of stereotypes, toward all kinds of nations, and when you picture Chinese like with a straw hat, which I'm mm-hmm not wearing today, okay, with a mustache, males with mustaches around that, or we sound the same. No, we don't sound the same. Mm-hmm. Okay, China is such a vast country, and we have officially 56 ethnic groups, mm-hmm, and in different provinces people live in really different styles, and in my hometown there are more than 20 dialects in just one city. Okay, so the culture is really diverse. So when we talk about Chinese culture, or when we talk about China, to understand it, you have to understand or to grasp the complexity, the diversity of this country. Okay,
I got you. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is the other thing. So we are so us as foreigners, I don't say us, all of us, but some of us, mm-hmm, I can't speak for everyone. So we always want to know how we want to talk about Chinese people, how we see them and what we think about them. But how do you think does Chinese people perceive foreigners?
Yeah, it makes me think of the term what is the unified 人类命运共同体. The People's Republic of China, 万岁 means 10,000 years. Okay, mm-hmm, it means forever. Okay, so all hails to Chinese People's Republic of China, and this is all hails to the unity of people all around the world.
Okay.
So when we founded the country, it's not that we're going to conquer the world. No, it's people from all over the world, all from different countries, united as one. Okay, so when we talk about the destiny, not only the destiny of Chinese people, like we share the philosophers, we pursue unity, mm-hmm, we pursue universal love. Okay, so we consider foreigners as guests, mm-hmm, to our home. Okay, like Confucius teaching, it is a delight to have friends from afar. So we all, like our school, welcome you guys as our students to learn from our culture, and it is a chance for me to learn from your culture too. Okay, like the misconception we just talked about. I used to think like people in Africa or one people like something like that. Okay, so I say it's the same misconception to a lot of different countries and nations. We're all different. Within ourselves are different. So whenever we see a foreign person who speaks Chinese, we'll be thrilled. We're so happy that someone are willing to come to us and learn from our culture. So most of us are very welcoming.
So one of my personal experiences that I can share with you was over the weekend when we went to Dongto.
Yeah.
We went to a specific hotel just to see the sunset. But there was a function. But they didn't tell us that we are not allowed. They say, come on, there were writers and poets and stuff. So they asked us to join, and at the end of the day, they invited us even for dinner. So we ate together. So yes, Chinese people, very welcome. It's guaranteed. Okay, so what advice would you give foreigners about Chinese culture and traditions? Because obviously traditions I've seen is very important to Chinese people. But what advice would you give to help them build strong relationship with Chinese people?
Like share the food.
Okay.
Share the food. Yeah. If you can, bring some of your traditional food. We Chinese people, all foodies. A lot of us would like to try new things and try something that you have never tried in your own country. And because it's surprising, it's always fun to try new things. Like the duck tongue. It's okay. You tried it and you say you don't like it. It's okay. We accept that. And some people will laugh. Oh, you don't know. It's so delicious. Or smelly tofu. I don't know if you have tried this before.
We're still on our way to have a challenge.
Yeah. So try the food that we have. It's also one of the many misconceptions that the Chinese food are strange. We say you find something strange because you haven't seen as much. Okay, if you travel around the world, you won't find Chinese food too strange. And there's time for Chinese people to find food from other places strange. Yes, we find it strange for people to eat a steak with knife and fork. Why do you have to cut your own food? They should be prepared, all right, fully prepared. Why do I have to use a knife when we eat a dinner? And then they people pretend to be so elegant. What is the elegance when you use a knife on a dinner table, right?
You just want to sit and enjoy the
meal. Enjoy. Bring the chopsticks. All right, with our own food. We have people eat with our own hands. Yes, okay.
We do that too.
You do that too, I know. Okay, so yeah, try the food, share the food. Food bring us together.
Okay, so while we're on the topic, can you explain the concept Quan Shi? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly. So in Chinese business and just overall relationships.
Now, I think it's not unique to Chinese culture, relationship. Like in a lot of countries, you have to get in line to see a doctor, right? And a lot of things like this, but you don't want to wait. But if you know the doctor or you have someone work in the hospital, you might get a chance ahead. You don't have to wait in line. Okay, so that happen in your country or some similar situation that because you know somebody, because I know there's an expression called pull the strings.
Yes, that's correct. You have to know someone who knows someone to get something done.
Yeah, or you have to know some guy to buy something.
Yes.
I think it's one of the misconception about China that we have this kind of culture, 关系 or relationship. That because from what I learned from other countries, okay, the people in other countries really need that 关系 to do a lot of things too. However, I admit that to some extent we rely more on this as a Chinese person. And for your kids to get into some school, we want to buy something, okay, like a ticket to a show. All right, if you know someone who work at the agency or someone, you can get a ticket or get free ticket or something like that. Okay. So it really affects people in Wenzhou. like I said, well, I don't know if you, I think I've talked about this in my class. People from Wenzhou, when they look for a spouse, husband or wife, a lot of families prefer to marry someone who is from the same town. Then we can put the resource together because we expand the people we know. So we can have 关系 with another 关系 from another family. So it will work better for them to make it easier for them to live in this society, in this community.
Okay, so 关系 is just a direct translation for like to relationships.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the meaning of the word. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think Chinese people do a great job balancing tradition and modern life. Is this correct, or can you share your opinion?
I think I've mentioned something about this. So we learned a lot from our neighboring countries to see, well, like the tea ceremony. Okay, the tea ceremony. Chinese are the first nation who enjoy tea as a beverage, and we used to have very complicated rituals. But there was a time when the country was at turmoil, that we were being invaded and stuff, and the priority is not about preserving the culture but surviving. So there was a time we didn't put culture on our to-do list, all right, or protecting the culture. Now as the country develops in economy and the people's welfare has been raised, now people put more and more attention into protecting the culture, rediscovering the culture, stuff like intangible cultural heritage. Okay, now I work at this college. I am a member. I work in the tourism management department, and besides teaching, I do a lot of stuff for our government, which is the tourism and culture and sports and stuff and bureau, something like that. We do a lot of field research to go to the sites to collect from those artisans. From the masters of some intangible cultural heritage like skills and stuff. And we find when we say we are Chinese, what does that mean? Right? We have a history, and what is that history about? And along the history, besides the emperors, besides the wars, how do everyday people live? How do common people live, and what do people love? And like, have you been to the workshops of the old sculpture and embroidery?
Yes.
Yes, right? Yeah. Okay, those are really fine arts. Actually, I think a lot of Chinese people are very artistic, but we just didn't know that. Okay, we think we're skilled at this, but actually these are just real masters to the eyes of a lot of foreigners. Okay, a friend from the US, they say, well, you put the artwork on the shelves without so much protection, but they can be put in like galleries or museums in other countries. Yes.
Like exhibitions and then all that.
Yeah, it's because they are very skillful, and we are very thankful that some lines were, a lot of people did a lot of work to pass on these traditions, and now we really cherish it. In the following class, I'm going to share the Chinese traditional costumes from all of these years, and actually they were not a thing like 20 years ago. Okay, now I think it started 10 years ago, since people started to rediscover, okay, and put on our traditional clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, and now there are a lot of studios, I'm going to show you in my next class, that offer people those costumes.
Oh, we had
tried that?
Yes, we had it on because we were doing a video for one of our teachers. So she went with us and she chose us these things.
Yeah, there were so many styles,
yes.
And people can be dressed so elegantly and so beautifully, all right, than what we wear now. Okay, so I'm very glad to see a lot of young people, a lot of scholars, experts work on rediscovering Chinese culture, what we call it finding our roots, okay, to show the world and show the younger generation what it means to be a Chinese. Okay.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you've mentioned, you as well.
Yeah, tour guide. Certificated tour guide. Yeah.
So, what apps do you recommend for navigating daily life in China?
What app?
Apps. Yes. So I I've never used my phone as much since I came to China. It's just everything. It's so easy. You just,
Yes. Now there is the war between some major platforms for delivery, food delivery. Okay, this is 立秋, the start of fall. Okay, as in Chinese solar terms. Just now, a lot of people are buying the Chinese bubble tea, still China tea, at a very, very low price. Okay, because these platforms are competing for customers. Okay, so they give out a lot of coupons.
Yes.
So the first one, I think you've been using them is Taobao.
Yes.
You've been using it. Okay, it offers also the food delivery service. Okay, and the other one is 大众点评. I don't know if you have heard it. I can show you. It shows you a lot of food, the tourist sites, okay, hotels and B&Bs, and shows like cinema and stage shows and stuff, and even barber training, and even healthcare.
Okay. So would you find so we do these type of things? We use Alipay. So we do everything.
This is the app for payment.
Okay, but do you think this is better? But they have this mini apps within Alipay that we just go about. But do you think if we use this one, it's better or is this easier to?
Well, I think that they can be used in different situations. Okay, and Alipay, I mostly use it as a way of payment. I don't use a lot of the mini apps in Alipay. Well, actually, there are a lot of official procedures or services, official services that I can get from the government, like healthcare. Okay, we used to have like a card for a specific hospital, but now no, we just use, we don't do that anymore. We just use Alipay because I have my social security account and also healthcare account, all registered in Alipay. So I just show the doctor the QR code. Then they can, like schools giving me subsidies. Okay, yes. I'm paying healthcare insurance, and they can be sorted out on Alipay, which is very convenient. Okay, but however, according to like I'm going out on a date with my wife, which restaurant I should pick? Okay, the Qixi, it's another festival where I'm going to teach you the Chinese Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's around the corners.
Yes. So which restaurant should I pick? Then I won't go to Alipay. I'll go to this Chinese Yelp. Okay, 大众点评, and it shows I can find like which district of Wenzhou I should pick and how far it is, 1 kilometers and 2 kilometers, and people put stars, ratings. Okay, that is why I call it Chinese Yelp. Okay, and people make comment. All right, usually the best ratings that you should rely on is like 4.1 to 4.3. Okay. If you see a 4.9 or 5 star, maybe the comments are not real.
So it's like a bot that they use.
Yes, they use bot or pay people or give out offers. Give me a 5 star and I can give you a free dish or something. So the most best restaurants should be rated around like 3.9 to 4.4, things like that.
So that's your base pick.
Yeah, that's my advice. Yeah. Okay. And a lot of people will post not only comments, but comments with pictures and stuff. Okay. So this is the one app I use a lot. Okay, if you want to go out and try stuff. And for food delivery, and there's another one called 饿了么, means are you hungry? Okay. So I use this and also Taobao.
Okay. So there we go. How financially feasible is it to live in China?
Now I don't have the official statistics, which actually you can find it online, but a lot of my students who graduated from this college, okay, vocational college, they were looking for this monthly salary around 4,000 RMB Okay, so they can pay rent and feed themselves. Okay, now this is, I think, if you can earn like 5,000 a month, it's feasible. Okay, and then the higher the better. Okay, and a lot of people don't have to rent. They live with their parents. Young people, they live with their parents. So like 5,000 yuan, you can convert that to your own. To do the math.
It's going to be a lot more.
Yeah. So a lot of the students that I graduate after like 1 year, if they are good at their job as a tour guide, they made like 10,000. Okay, and then they have a very decent life. If you want to do the research, there's another app. There are a lot of apps called, maybe you could just look for 58. Look for that, 58. You can look for job in here. You can look for used car, and also if you want to rent a house, go to this.
Okay.
If you want to do the research,
yes.
if you want to do the research, use this app.
Yes. But are some must-see places in China with tradition and modernization blend seamlessly together? Like, is there any cities that do these two that you can go there and you will find the best of China, like best of both tradition and modernization?
I think now most cities in China are the embodiment of the combination of modern and tradition. Like if you go talking about the must-see places, Wenzhou. Wenzhou is very traditional, people's way of thinking and how we celebrate our traditional festivals. Okay, however, it's also very modern. Have you been to the Yandang Mountain?
No.
Okay, it's one of the most famous mountains in the southern part of China. Yandang Mountain. I strongly recommend you, to go there for a tour. Okay, maybe you can ask Jerry for the chance for you to organize, and I can be the guide. Okay, as long as they pay me extra. Okay, because it is like I told you, the poet. Okay, the first poet who wrote the landscape poems. Okay, a lot of poets visited that mountain and wrote poems. And in the mountain, not only can you see the natural landscape, also you can see old temples built between peaks. Okay, and also you can find a vending machine on the waist of a mountain, on the top of a mountain. You can find a cafe on a cliff. That is how modern and natural and traditional China is. Okay, I used to recommend people to go to Hangzhou, you know, the capital city of Zhejiang province. Yeah, you know the West Lake, full of legend. Okay, you see a lot of temples, old temples with trees and lakes within the city, but also, you know, the G20 summit, right? And very modern, Alibaba. A lot of e-commerce companies are based in Hangzhou. So it's on one side it's very historical, it's very traditional, and on the other side it's very advanced, it's very technological. Yeah, so a lot of major countries, cities in China, I think, are embodiment of the combination. There's one more thing I want to add, which just slipped out of my mind. The public restrooms, okay, the public toilets in China. I know that there are still very old-fashioned public toilets in rural China, but if you go to some tourist site, because one of my job is to inspect those tourist sites and rate them, and I found really fantastic public toilets, okay, which were like auto flush. Okay, the tap, there's infrared for the tap, and on the outside you could not tell it is a toilet. You thought it is a very old traditional Chinese architecture, okay, with windows and bonsais and plants and carved windows and stuff. But if you go closer, you find, it's a public restroom.
So this will, don't judge a book by its cover.
No.
Okay, so can you recommend also some popular or must taste Chinese desserts, snacks? Please except for the duck tongue.
Okay, now I had a 灯盏糕 for lunch. Okay, 灯盏糕, usually translated as 灯盏 cake. Okay, it's kind of fried pie.
Okay.
Okay, now you're familiar with pies. Okay, and it's actually inside it's shredded turnip with a batter of like made from rice powder. Okay, so it's very crunchy on the outside and crispy on the outside because of the fried batter, and then it's very crunchy inside because it is half dried shredded turnip with egg yolk and all sorts of meat, and as you can choose, okay, beef or pork or something else, or vegetarian. Okay,
Your favorite, vegetarian.
Yeah, vegetarian with no meat or yolk. Okay, but it's still very tasty and fragrant. And if you go to like Shamaohe, it's a street in Wenzhou City. You can see a lot of like fried tofu, okay, and a lot of fried stuff and steamed Chinese like a sticky rice cake or something like that.
So you guys, do you like steam things?
Yes, steam things. It's the healthiest way.
Okay.
Water boil and steam. Even though people find fried stuff, okay, maybe unhealthy. Actually, we don't eat all the oil. Okay, we let the oil drain before we have the fried stuff. Okay, so a lot of snacks. It's really fish fillet or fish balls.
I think you mentioned
I've mentioned this.
Yes.
Okay, it's my favorite. It's made from fish. Okay, it also embodies the wisdom of Wenzhou people who are not that rich, but know how to pick and make the food with fish and some corn powder. Okay, made them together, so the texture is really good. Like it's a little bit bouncy, chewy, and you can still feel the freshness of the fish fillet. Okay, and it's made usually in a broth. Okay, with vinegar, with ginger and pepper. So it's hot. It's tasty, savory, and it makes my mouth watery right now. Okay.
I think I'm getting hungry too.
Yeah.
I know the following phrase, da tan hong too, so I like it. But
You like
obviously,
it?
I love it as well. But now I also know it's something that came to. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a song, part of a song that came out recently.
A rap song, yeah.
Yes. So that's for me. I like that. And what phrases I want to say, but can you also explain what that phrase mean? And if you do have any favorite phrases of your own, can you share that?
大展宏图 literally means to open a grand plan and taking the plan, carry out the plan and receive a big success. This is what 大展宏图 means. Okay, 大 means big and 宏 also means grand. Right, 图 means a map or a plan, a blueprint. Okay, and actually, if you look deep into the song, it shows the lifestyle of the singer. Okay, do you know the specific lyrics? Okay, because a lot of people like this song. I don't like the rap. I love rap music, but a lot of people will bash this song because the lyrics are so like mundane or so common. It's not so poetic, like the classic rap songs. Okay, a lot of Chinese people love rap culture, both from like the U.S. or other country and Chinese rap culture. We have a hip hop culture, rap culture, but a lot of people would say the lyrics are so like childish, because it is really it's very catchy, and it tells like how we keep pet fish, all right, and make tea. It's a very everyday life, but it's also very catchy, popular. We admit that a lot of people like that, and the 4-character idiom 大展宏图 can be really seen in Chinese households. Okay, we like calligraphy, the art, and previously asked me, are there any similar idioms that I like to give to the coming students? They can also be written and hung on the walls.
Yes.
Okay, in your home. The first one is 鹏程万里.
Okay.
鹏程万里. 万里, do you know 万? 10,000 miles. Okay, and 鹏程, 程 means distance, and 鹏 is the sacred mythical bird. Okay, it is a grand bird that flies over 10,000 miles, or 10,000 li in Chinese metric system. Okay, it's like you guys coming from South Africa all the way to China. You flew so I think more than not 10,000, 100,000 miles. Okay, to fly over, to cover the distance means to experience the difficulty, to overcome a lot of things, then reach your success. So we wish all the students coming from every country, from your country to China, like a magical bird in China. Okay, you can receive success after 100,000 miles. Okay, this is one idiom I want to give to you as in my wish. And another way is 马到成功 or 马到功成. It is from a story of a very successful general that he wins every battle. Okay, and when some soldiers lost hope, when they are losing in a losing battle, when they see that general coming on his horse, they knew they will win in the end, because the success, the battle will be won as soon as he came on his horse. So if translated word for word, that is you will succeed. You will succeed on the arrival of your steed. Okay, so succeed on the arrival of your steed. So when the horse is here, okay, with you on top, okay, your success comes along. So 马到成功，鹏程万里. Okay, these are two phrases, idioms I like to share. Very Chinese.
Okay, so this is Laosha Aiden. we just call him Laosha Aiden.
Aiden. Aiden is my English name.
Yeah, we're very comfortable. It's easier, and we have 3 different teachers with the same family name. So it's you, that's our Chinese culture teacher. Then we had Cross Ipoda, because she had the same name, and then also cooperation and investment. He was also the same. So we all thought maybe you guys are like related or something, but now...
Now, we must be related like 800 years ago. It's a saying in China, we're with the same surname. Yeah.
But again, I know you are a busy guy, a busy teacher. And also, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I know everybody who's watching this, they'll appreciate it as well. So once more, Laosha Aiden, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.